Hey there guys, it's Kagetak coming at you for, well, my first real negative video on the game and the company. And some people may ask, well, why are we here? What happened? And yeah, I'll preface this by saying the more things change, the more they stay the same, because a similar incident years ago had happened. There's lore to it, but we won't get into that. Essentially, a guild member of mine, so I mean I have personal vested interest in this, well, not a guild member anymore, they can't log into the game, broke their phone and they had trouble getting into their account. So they went to Sega to try and get back in. And Sega was kind of like, we really can't do much for you. We really can't help you out, you know. And I get it to some extent if they can't, prove who the person is, or they don't, have enough information. Okay, fair point. This could be somebody trying to social engineer and take an account. I get it. Unfortunately, that is not the case here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Exhibit A, and we'll just take a look at how Sega has handled this on their end. And it's just like, come on, guys. It's multiple creators have said Sega could use a win somewhere. They just like losing. This is ridiculous. I mean, has this happened to anybody else? Have they been locked out of their accounts as well, and then they couldn't get back in? Maybe not from a broken phone or other issues. I'm curious to see if other people have had better luck trying to, recover an account or have a better interaction with Sega and what that entails. But here you guys go. So here we go. This is the first shot here for customers who have other inquiries regarding personal data. They give all this here what needs to be filled out. And if you're on mobile trying to read this, I apologize. This is not going to be very easy to read. I would do this on PC. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you got a big enough screen, but even here, I'm 41 and I feel like I'm squinting a little bit. But anyway, let's go ahead and I'll go through here. So let's get this set up. Okay, and then here they are. They give the information they have. They don't know what their ID is. They have their player ID though. They have, a good idea of their purchase history here, and they fill out as much information as they can. And essentially, that Sega's here. This is the first part, and this is all like a couple of days ago at this point. And of course, they're like, which account was this linked to? They're not 100% sure. They don't remember. Because everybody has multiple Gmails at this point. Hell, I think I have like 6 or 7. And they, over here, they cite, privacy, technical limitations. We cannot investigate or determine which platform account was linked to your game data. I mean, okay, maybe you can't. But there's got to be some way you can help this person, right? It's not just like throw them to the wolves here. And they're explaining the situation up here. They had broken their phone. They got a new one, so that matches up what they told me. They can't access their account. And as of right now, just to check, because I still have them on my friends list. Obviously, we're a competitive top 10 guild. I had to remove them since they couldn't play and score, unfortunately. But looking through the list here, where are they? So they're on 5 days offline. Oh, and hold on a second here. Let me hide this real quick. So they're 5 days offline. They spent some money. They maxed out Fox. They have, maxed out Ryuji. And again, you can see here, they haven't been online in 5 days. That's not normal. That is not normal at all. So then we go back over here, and they're still interacting with customer service. They cite the whole privacy thing again, and again, this person's like, you can't link me to another account since you know my current data exists and verified it. There's like things here that, okay, well, maybe at first, maybe you could say they're social engineering things. They're trying to, you know, do some nefarious stuff. I get it in this day and age, but it they just got the complete runaround here. They couldn't do anything. You know, too bad, so sad. And then at this point, you know, they pretty much stopped responding from here. I'm gonna check. I have at least one more screenshot, and we'll see if they ever got back to him. No. So that was like the last interaction. And then here they provide their purchase history from their Play Store, from their app, to even show that, hey, this is them. This is their budget history. They've spent a decent amount of money in the game since it started. This isn't somebody who's just a free to play. They got locked out of their account and Sega doesn't care. No, this is somebody who spent some good money in the game and they got told to kick rocks. I mean, this isn't a light amount of money. This is, I mean, just looking here, 90. I mean, they maxed out Fox. They liked Fox. They worked on that character, and even before that, they've spent some money on some other stuff, even worthless stuff like a Morgana Awakening. I mean, I'm guilty of buying that too, but still, plenty of stuff here. We just keep going back. There's hundreds of dollars spent. They cool off a bit over here. They've spent more here, and then we're slowly getting towards when the game came out. And, this person easily could prove who they are in terms of the payment history matching up. They have the ample evidence there. And yeah, no, Sega couldn't help them. So it loops back around. So I don't know. I mean, I get the whole, again, the whole privacy and concern thing, but this person's bringing more than normal proof to the table to show who they are. They just want their account back. So what are their options at this point? To restart over and just charge back everything? That doesn't seem like a really good option. Or to hope that somebody else is going to quit the game and they can snag their account and then keep playing under that. That's also not a great option. I'm confused why, Sega's all about, oh, well, we got to keep the whales in mind and the heavy spenders and keep their effort and everything set. Well, this person's effort here is being told to go F themselves because they can't help them, like, because there's not enough information. What do you mean there's not enough information? I mean, they could provide you additional information if you wanted. I mean, this person is heavily invested in the game. They were in my guild. I mean, they has this happened to other people? Like, because I've seen some. I don't know. I'm frustrated myself here because, again, I've had this happen to somebody else, and to just delve a little deeper into that. In that situation, it was Square Enix. That person had spent over 10 grand in the game, and they were basically told to kick rocks, similar to what happened here. And in the end, a bunch of people came together, a bunch of content creators. Platypus even helped out. I've known Plat forever, and we signal boost, and we got Square Enix to fix that person's account and get them back into the game. Ultimately, though, they blamed that person. He was out of the game for like almost a month, and they gave him no compensation. That person was just happy to be playing again. So, I mean, these gachas are cruel. This isn't just a Sega thing. This isn't just, I know some people want to be like, well, I played Gacha X, and Gacha X treats me better. This is all of them to some extent. This is the system we sadly created for ourselves, and there's nothing we could do about it. I know people are like, well, just stop spending on the game. But I'm in an arms race. If I stop spending, my neighbor increases their spending. I fall farther behind we get screwed. It, so it's a great system, in terms of everything. They've got us by the balls pretty well, but I feel like at least a bare minimum, if you're spending hundreds of dollars on the game, not even, I mean, even if you aren't spending hundreds of dollars on the game, this Sega is valued at like $4.3 billion last I checked. I think you could afford some decent customer service, okay? So, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just, the end result is I hope that this gets boosted out, people see this, and we're able to help Avery, the one affected here, get their account back. And God forbid if it happens to one, I'm sure it's happened to other people already who don't have somebody who has even a little bit of a voice. I mean, I know I'm nobody big here. I played these games sporadically. My channel, there's nothing consistent here. I make videos on impulse. I do my pull videos. So and this isn't my main thing. I do this for fun. But I also try to be pro-consumer. I know that's hard coming from me because I shell out hundreds of thousands of dollars to these companies, and I just kind of sit in the back and hope for the best. But at the same time, it could have been me. I could have been locked out of my account. I could have been the one going to customer service and getting the same service in return for the money I spent. Unless there's a threshold, Sega, like how much money do I need to spend to get the VIP service where I don't get told to kick rocks and hope for the best. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to ramble on too much here, but ultimately, I just hope that this video gets out, that somebody somewhere sees this that can push this along and help get this resolved, because again, this shouldn't be the way it is, and this just doesn't look good. This is just not a good look for the company. This company could use some more wins. I know it's making decent money right now, but the only way to make consistent decent money is to keep the player base happy and to at least give us some things here and there. Is it going to be some systems early? Is it going to be maybe just scaling back on what you said with the standard banner? And, hey, you could throw Me into the 2.0 patch, and I think everybody would be happy. I think everybody would also be surprised, but wouldn't be a bad thing to do. I don't know. Just spitballing some ideas here. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for your time on this one. Whatever you can do to help out, I appreciate it. I'd like to get this person, back into my guild at some point and then playing the game. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, ultimately, this person's going to be, MIA from the game for probably about a couple more weeks, assuming Sega is as illustrious as Square Enix, which who knows, but anyway, I didn't want to just sit by and do nothing while this happens to somebody I know. With that being said, I will catch you on the next one. Peace, and we just don't have enough information.